In the news tonight, the 11th Special Operation Forces Exhibition Suffolk 2016 unveils some of the most pioneering equipment, technologies and innovations in the fields of Special Operation Forces and Homeland Security. Fighting continues in Syria's Daraa and Idlib, and the United Nations warns the warring parties from attacking unlawful targets. And 80 people are killed in 3 suicide bombings in the Iraqi capital. Good evening and welcome to the news at 10. His Majesty the King, the Supreme Commander of the Jordan Armed Forces, attended a military drill carried out by a Special Forces unit with the participation of Royal Air Force aircraft. The exercise was conducted on the sidelines of the Special Operations Forces Exhibition Suffolk 2016. The 11th Special Operations Forces Exhibition Suffolk 2016 saw a remarkable turnout of visitors for the second day. The exhibition unveiled some of the most pioneering equipment, technologies and innovations in the fields of Special Operation Forces and Homeland Security, spearheaded by the King Abdullah Design and Development Bureau and its affiliated companies. Our correspondent Hiba Al-Utum has more.
World's heads of military delegations continue their participation in the 11th Special Operations Forces Exhibition, Suffolk 2016. Senior officials highlighted that Suffolk sees a wide global participation that would enable participants to boost international peace and create strong partnerships for the future. Suffolk featured workshops to discuss the latest developments in the special operations field designed to advance performance in the battlefield against untraditional threats. King Abdullah Design and Development Bureau spokesman Akram Abidat briefed us about CADB's displayed equipment and its role, stressing on the importance of Suffolk, especially in these days.
CADB displays a wide range of new products that have not been on display prior to Suffolk's exhibition. These products came as part of recent user requirements that were dictated by the recent events in the region, particularly, but without limitation, the invading threat of terrorism that we're encountering in neighboring countries and in the region generally.
Participants said Jordan has a strategic role in bringing about peace in the region.
Suffolk for us is one of our most important exhibitions in the Middle East region. The good thing is that we have the patronage of His Majesty and His Royal Highness, which in themselves bring lots of delegations here, obviously lots of Jordanian armed forces, lots of industry, which means that we're not only talking to armed forces customers, but also within industry as well. So we're having inter-industrial discussions, and that makes this week really, really value added for us.
Exhibitors also expressed their appreciation of King Abdullah's efforts to support the event.
SOFEX is a wonderful show for us. Northrop Grumman has been coming to SOFEX for 12 years now. It is one of the key shows in the region. We appreciate the patronage from His Majesty and His Royal Highness, and we are very much dedicated to coming back in the future. We feel that we've gotten our value for the money that we spent here, and very much appreciate the different international delegations that have come in.
Local visitors toured the exhibition to check out the latest defense services and technologies nowadays.
It's a great pleasure for us to come into SOFEX in 2016 and see the absolutely amazing, the mind-blowing developments that our local arms industry has attained so far. to see the amount of the exhibitors now that are coming in, all the foreign companies in the different halls. We're seeing our partners in the West and seeing their demonstrations and their systems and their solutions, seeing how special forces operations are really evolving in the 21st century.
The exhibition is the largest defense exhibition in the field of special and national security operations in the Middle East and North Africa. SOFEX attracts the world's defense companies to present pioneering equipment to consolidate Jordan's position as the main gate for security and stability. Hiba Lartoum for the news at 10.
Airstrikes on a town in Idlib province in Syria's northwest killed at least 10 people. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said the strikes also wounded a number of others. Elsewhere in Syria, at least one person was killed and 2 wounded after rocket strikes hit the Syrian city of Daraa. The observatory said the strikes were carried out by the Syrian forces. Meanwhile, the United Nations warned the warring parties in Syria's five-year civil war from attacking unlawful targets such as hospitals. A total of 300 new Syrian refugees from various age groups crossed into the kingdom during the last 24 hours. A military source said border guards provided the refugees with the necessary aid before transferring them to refugee camps. The source added that the Jordanian Royal Medical Services personnel administered first aid to refugee patients through their medical centers at the borders. Three suicide bombings claimed by Daesh across Baghdad killed at least 80 people in the deadliest attacks in the Iraqi capital this year. The first attack, a suicide car bomb at a bustling market in the Shiite area of Sadr city, killed 55 people during morning rush hour and wounded 68. 2 more blasts struck at the end of the working day as a suicide bomber stormed a security checkpoint leading into Kadhimiya, a northwestern area, killing 17 and wounding more than 30. Another bomb went off at a checkpoint on a commercial thoroughfare in a predominantly Sunni district of western Baghdad, killing 8 and wounding 20. The U.S. commander said bombings in Baghdad are desperate acts and there are no plans to bring American troops from other locations in the region to Baghdad.
As we've seen, as the enemy loses more and more terrain, they resort to some of these desperate acts. The security forces in Baghdad have the situation under control, but our condolences go out to those families.
Israeli occupation forces declared that a tight security cordon would be imposed on the West Bank during the Jewish holidays, starting from midnight Tuesday till midnight Thursday. Israel said that Israeli soldiers closed all crossings from and into the Gaza Strip and prevented Palestinian residents of the West Bank from entering the Green Line. Only emergency cases are allowed to enter inside the Green Line after obtaining an entry approval from the Israeli side. Donald Trump's support has surged, and he is now running nearly even with Democrat Hillary Clinton among likely U.S. voters. The results could signal a close fight between the 2 likely White House rivals as Americans make up their minds ahead of the November the 8th election to succeed Democratic President Barack Obama. In the most recent survey, 41% of the likely voters supported Clinton and 40% backed Trump, with 19% not decided on either yet. The results reflect a big increase in support for Trump since he knocked out U.S. Senator Ted Cruz of Texas and Ohio Governor John Kasich last week to become the last Republican in the White House race.
And can you bring our country together? Well, Donald Trump fails.
Toy maker Lego opened its largest retail store in the world at the Shanghai Disney Resort, delighting children and adults alike. Founded in 1932, the Danish plastic brick maker has been revitalized in recent years, partly through the success of the Lego movie. The company's factory is expected to be up and running in 2017 and should produce most of the Lego's toys for Asia in the future. The company already has factories in Denmark, Hungary, Czech Republic and Mexico. Roger Federer joined Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray in reaching the third round of the Rome Masters, with the Swiss admitting that he was fully expecting to lose against Alexander Zverev. Federer made it safely through with 6-3, 7-5 victory, having struggled with injury. Top seed Djokovic and number 2 Murray produced no drama victories, with the Serb beating Stefan Roba 7-5, 7-5, while Murray put out Kazakh Mikhail Kukushkin 6-3, 6-3. A host of AC Roma football stars got together with tennis professionals for a charity doubles tournament in Rome. In aid of the Roma Cares Charity for Children, Francisco Tutti showed his good form is not only affecting him on the football pitch. Comedians Pio and Amidao challenged the AC Roma players to a game of football tennis to round off the evening. From topless fishing to topless horse riding, Russian President Vladimir Putin often seeks to portray himself as the action man. Putin took part in a gala ice hockey game in the Black Sea resort of Sochi. The game ended 9-5 and Putin received a trophy at the end of the encounter by former Soviet ice hockey player Alexander Yakushev. And finally, a quick look at the weather forecast. Chilly conditions in the hilly areas tonight, while mild in the most parts of the kingdom, with westerly moderate to brisk winds. A slight rise in temperatures are expected tomorrow, with a high of 28 degrees in the capital and hot in the Dead Sea and the Jordan Valley, with mercury levels hitting 35 degrees. The Gulf of Aqaba should also expect a hot day tomorrow, with northerly moderate winds and calm seas. Next are the lows and highs for tonight and tomorrow. A communique issued by Prime Minister Abdullah Mansour announced that all ministers, public departments and institutions will observe a holiday on Wednesday, May 25th, marking the Independence Day. The kingdom won its full independence on May 25th, 1946, following the end of the British Mandate. And to close, here are top stories once again. The 11th Special Operations Forces exhibition Suffolk 2016 unveils some of the most pioneering equipment, technologies and innovations in the field of Special Operation Forces and Homeland Security. Fighting continues in Syria's Daraa and Idlib, and the United Nations warns the warring parties from attacking unlawful targets. And 80 people are killed in 3 suicide bombings in the Iraqi capital. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news. Thank you for watching and have a lovely evening.